Be honest, how many times have you heard someone say, maybe even me, you need to find your passion? And when you get that advice, is that just the most frustrating thing? It's hard to hear because it's basically somebody saying to you, you don't even know what you like. Worse is if you want to never work a day in your life, then you should find your passion. Well, what in the world do those two things have to do with each other? We live in a really amazing time where you can probably create a career out of absolutely anything. The lovely thing about that is all the choices that you have. The difficult thing about that is all the choices that you have. So when you're trying to make a decision and choose something, you're also being told you need to find your passion. But in your work, you also need to have a purpose. So today I want to talk about the differences between those two things, why we need to distinguish it, and what it means for you to go after the life you want once you've figured out what these two things mean for you. Good morning, good life. Welcome back to AMYTV, where we come together to help you go after the life you want. I am still trying to find a hobby. Finding a hobby means finding something I enjoy doing, and I want nothing to do with monetizing because otherwise I'm going to completely destroy my love for it. This doesn't mean that you can't turn your passion into a position, but it does have a very high likelihood that once you turn something into a job, that you will lose a little bit of your unconditional love for it because conditions and terms may apply. After a lot of life experience and time in business, and specifically choosing a passion and deciding to build a business around it, I would actually argue that your passion may have nothing to do with your career. Let me just give you a couple of things that I am passionate about in addition to just, talking to you. Wine. I really like wine. Wine is a good one. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Definitely passionate about that. I also enjoy tinkering around on the keyboard, practicing some Italian, but let me tell you something about all of those things. Nobody's calling me, asking me to do those things, okay? No one's calling and saying, Amy, we really need you to walk the dog. Amy, we really want you to learn how to play Beethoven on the piano. Hey, Amy, have you seen every single episode of that show? Because you need to tell us what happened. You need to give us the 411. No one's calling me about that, okay? It's not my calling. They're just passions. And we don't have to actually look outside of ourselves and look for people to approve of what we want to do and get that external approval just to be able to decide what is the right thing for us to do in our work. However, if nobody's calling you, or you are not somebody who can help solve a problem in these areas of passion, that's not going to be your calling. They call it your calling because people are calling you and saying, please, fix my printer. So now let's talk about your purpose. We were put here to create. We were put here to create a future. We have an imagination. We have unbelievable capabilities. We can create things just that we came up with in our minds. So your purpose is what you are here to do, to serve. What can you do for the world? Your purpose is that calling and what people are calling you to do. And hopefully there are passions that align there. The passion to help people, the passion to do something that gives you that feeling of having a reason to do it. And that is where that purpose comes from. Now, when I say people are calling you, they may not be calling you yet. We have to get this process started, okay? It's not like all of a sudden the phones start ringing and that's exactly what it should be. It takes time to grow awareness. But are you filling a need for people? That is that calling. That is that purpose, defining a career that helps you to go after the life you want. Passion is where that fire in your belly gets you so excited, and it can absolutely overlap with purpose, but we also want to be able to find passions that do not always have to turn into something that serves us in a financial capacity. If it's all about finding your passion in order to turn it into a career, we forget to connect with who we are, how we feel, and just something in general that excites us. When was the last time you felt excited? When was the last time you had something to look forward to? What was something that made you smile ear to ear? What was something that made you go, oh my gosh, I can't wait? What was something that made you feel that way? Because that might be an indication of what your passion is. And this whole time you're trying to solve for X, the passion that's going to build a career for you. It's okay if those things do not connect. They can, and they cannot. It's totally about you and how you feel about it. Let's stop taking a circle peg and sticking it in a square if it doesn't fit. And instead of worrying about not knowing what our passion is, allow us to be here now, feel the things that are good, feel the things that are bad, get through all of it, lean into the good as much as possible while we're trying to find our purpose. What were you put here to do, to serve, to help? I hope this is helpful, just seeing and distinguishing between the two and how you might be able to refocus if you're unclear of where you're going in the life that you want. Connect that desire, that want, to a passion, but the purpose that helps you to fundamentally get more of that in your life doesn't have to be the same thing. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Remember, subscribe for good vibes, kiss the ones you love, and go after the life you want. Cheers. So many sirens today, Lord. Let's continue the conversation about this. I created a couple more videos for you to check out. One is here, one is here. What do you think? Which one looks good to you? Pick it and go down that rabbit hole, baby. That's a good one though. This is a good rabbit hole.